Well, you got to love it. You have to love it because these Democrats are getting what they say they are. They say they are a sanctuary city in New York. New York State is supposed to be a sanctuary state, but in reality, it was all a virtue signal. We have seen time and time again, these Democrat politicians like Eric Adams, they go out there and say we're a sanctuary city, but when it actually does hit them at the front door, they're like, get out. Democrats have been exposed. They don't want these illegal aliens in their cities. The citizens who actually voted for this, by the way, they are outraged over there in New York City about the numbers of illegal aliens actually in New York City. I believe that New York City says that they're actually at capacity for illegal aliens. I don't care. Greg Abbott, keep sending them. Keep sending them until they change their voting habits. Because I believe it's a wake-up call over there in New York City. Now, if New York City were to actually flip from blue to red, New York State would actually flip from blue to red. The only reason why New York State is actually still voting blue is because of New York City. I mean, the population of New York State, I believe like 30% or something like that actually live in New York City. Of course, New York City is one of the biggest cities in the world. But they don't want these illegal aliens anymore, and neither does Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. Check this out. Dem mayor to travel to Latin America to discourage migrants from coming to his sanctuary city. Well, I thought you were actually a sanctuary city, so why are you going over there and telling these people not to come? He's not waiting for them to actually cross the border this time. He's going right to the source and telling them, don't come. This sounds kind of hypocritical, right? This goes against the Democrat agenda, right? Look at this. Democratic New York City Mayor Eric Adams will visit Latin America to warn migrants not to come to the city. He said during a press conference on Tuesday. Adams will visit Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, and the Darien Gap in Panama, he told reporters. I've actually been to Ecuador, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Mexico, and I've been to Panama. Trust me, guys, America is the best place to live. That's all I'm going to say. But America should actually be for Americans. If you want to come here, there's a legal process that you actually have to go through. Yes, it takes a while, but you need to be vetted to actually come into this country and reap the benefits. If you actually come in and break the law, you should be deported immediately. That's the way I would do it. But it goes on here, it says, the trip will last 4 days and is scheduled to take place this week, the AP reported. Quote, this is what he actually had to say here. We are at capacity, over 117,000. We're still getting, at one time it was 10,000 a month, but I think in the last few days, we're looking at almost 600 a day. These are real numbers. And I must have a statewide plan, a federal plan, and I must have an international plan on how do I speak with the people in South and Central America, Adams said. Well, the thing is, they listened to Joe Biden. Remember Joe Biden doing those debates with Donald Trump? Said, come. That's what he said. The first day Joe Biden was actually occupying the Oval Office, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people waiting at the border with shirts that said, Joe Biden let us in. Yeah, that really happened because Joe Biden did all of this. The Democrat Party did all of this. You, Eric Adams, are part of the problem. You are part of the Democrat Party who is doing all of this. It goes on. It says, Adams' administration has deployed flyers to the southern border and around the Big Apple to tell migrants that they're better off going to a more affordable city. Kind of funny how that works, guys, right? Doesn't that sound kind of hateful, coming from a Democrat? Quote, we're going to tell them that coming to New York doesn't mean you're going to stay in a 5-star hotel. It doesn't mean that mere fact you come here, you automatically are going to be allowed to work, which, as you understand, TPS has only given to those Venezuelans, Adams said, referring to Beijing Biden's administration's recent announcement that it would give temporary protected status to thousands of Venezuelans already present in the U.S. Quote, we're going to tell them what the real conditions are. The large number of thousands of people are living in congregated settings. We know that there's a propaganda machine that's basically, it has given the false promise of what life is like of being a migrant and an asylum seeker. And we want to be honest with those who live in these regions, Adams said. Thing is, though, let's just be honest. These people are not asylum seekers. They're economic migrants. That's what they are. We all know this. And no matter what the conditions are like in New York City, guess what? To these people, the conditions are 1,000,000 times better than what they're in. Let's just be real about that. These people don't care. Joe Biden has opened up the floodgates, and Texas is suffering. And Greg Abbott has said enough. We're going to send these people to these liberal cities because this is what they wanted. This is what New York is, right? NYC is a sanctuary city. That is not my words. That is the words of Kathy Hochul, the governor, and that is the words of Eric Adams. Now they have completely flipped. He's flipped. He's telling these people not to come now. How unloving of Eric Adams. This man has been exposed. This man has definitely been exposed, guys. He wants to kick illegals out. The people in New York City, they've been fed up. This is what happens, man, when you vote for liberal policies. This is what happens when you put America last. All you people in New York City, you're paying for this. You're paying for this. And I believe none of this is going to get better until President Trump is back in office. And I believe probably secretly Eric Adams he may actually cast his vote for Donald Trump. Maybe, just maybe. He may go out there and say, hey, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. But once he actually gets into the booth to vote, maybe, just maybe, he'll actually vote for Trump and not tell anybody. Hey, go ahead and do it. We can use the support. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.